Millie Mathis being marked by Chloe Schlens. Corner kick now. First one of the match for the Mavericks. Mavericks with the possession. Great play, great offensive play there. Shot attempt comes from the middle after the corner kick. It was Allie Williams again with a nice opportunity right in front of the Wayne State net that was blocked by a Wildcat defender. 34:02 left here in the opening half. 1-0 Minnesota State. The Mavericks got into the polls this week for the first time this year after that win at Grand Valley State. At number 19. It was August 2nd. It was, I think they're up to 15, I think, this week in the most recent poll. It's Sydney Truman, the goalkeeper for Wayne State, booting the ball well past midfield. There's Williams with the ball, throws it back. Wayne State intercepts, and at midfield for the Mavericks now is descends, looking on the left side, trying to find Nadia Lowry. But Schnazy able to get it back to the goalkeeper for a second. Truman picks it up. Wayne State regrouping now, get the ball. Possessing the ball in their own zone. Mavericks enjoying a lot of O-zone time here early in this match against Wayne State. Vetter with the ball on the far side. Left-footed boot from Vetter finds the back of the net. 2-0 Minnesota State now. So Vetter with her second of the year makes it 2-0. Mathis with another assist, so 2 assists for Mathis. Having a hand in both Maverick goals so far here early in the game. Boy, Truman came all the way out to play that ball. That was a smart play, but somewhat risky. Nadia Lowry right around the ball there. A good play by Truman, the junior from Ankeny, able to get that up to midfield. Mavericks now possessing the ball in their own zone. Good ball movement from Minnesota State here early in the game. Pazik intercepted by Annika Severud there. Wildcats trying to attempt some offense. Nice crowd on hand here for the home opener for Minnesota State. The Mavericks enjoyed a lot of success here at home over the years. It's 28th year for Minnesota State women's hockey. The Mavericks stand 371, 128, 39 all time. Minnesota State, of course, won the NSIC tournament last year. 5th time that that's happened over the course of the history of the program. Another corner kick coming up here for the Mavericks again. Ball goes out of play, and Wayne State will take over. 4 shots on goal. That was the second corner kick for Minnesota State. 29:42 left on the clock here in the first half. Minnesota State owning a 2-0 lead over visiting Wayne State College. Mathis kicks the ball out of bounds, and Wayne State will take over. I think it's Kaylee Harrell with the throw in. All the way back to Schlenius. Mathis pressing, Truman boots it, but the ball's intercepted there. She's got a good scoring opportunity. It's going to be called offside. Lowry intercepted that ball. And Mathis was ahead of her. Threw it up there, but it was offside. So Wayne State now trying to slow this game down a little bit. Great interception by Vetter. Fires it just wide there. Another left-handed kick by Vetter. Brian Ball for the Mavericks. In its 10th year as head coach. Another goal by Minnesota State. I think that was Mathis right in front of the net. Capitalizing on a turnover. 28:01 left here in the opening half. Minnesota State takes a 3-0 lead. That was Mathis. A goal and 2 assists now for the sophomore from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Scoring Mavericks, her second goal of the season, number 29, Bailey Mathis. And that's another Maverick goal, fans. Get on your feet.
Vetter, so dangerous. All the way over here on the left side now. 2-time All-American. Mathis over to Williams. Williams with the ball in the center of the field. It was Thane for the Mavericks, throwing the ball back to Kovacs. Kovacs looking in the middle for Mathis. Gets headed away, but Minnesota State maintains possession. Mathis with the ball. Throwing it up on the right side. Into the middle now. Truman. Sort of contact there. Brings play to us. Stop, 26-29 left in the opening half. Truman with a nice punch to keep the ball away from the front of the net for Wayne State. Lots of scoring opportunities for the Minnesota State front three. Mathis, Lowry, and Vetter keeping lots of offensive pressure on the Wildcats. Clogging it up in the middle there. Mavericks again regain possession. back and retreat back into their own territory. Lowry gets it back to Thane. She throws it into the middle where Mathis can't get it. There was Abby Sutton looking for the ball for Wayne State before Minnesota State fouled on the play. So the Mavericks at midfield now. It's Courtney Kovacs over on the right side. The Mavericks moving the ball pretty consistently into the Wayne State defensive zone. Back to Kovacs. Kovacs dribbling the ball up to midfield. Intercepted for a second. Kovacs again gets a foot on it. Throws on the left side, trying to find Olivia Thane. Nice move to the inside there, controlling the ball, hit it toward the net, back into the middle of the field, right in front of the Wayne State net. Thane again got her foot on it, but Wayne State able to clear it for a second, all the way back now. Kovacs with the ball. Over on the far side, that's Mosier. Mosier with the ball now. At midfield, over to Kovacs. Kovacs with the ball. That was Ashlyn Watt. Had it there for a second, and Minnesota State controlling the ball on the back end. So dynamic as Vetter. You always notice when she's out there. Such a strong player. Tackle brings the ball out of play, and Minnesota State, I think, will get another corner kick. The third one of the game for the Mavericks. 6 shots on goal for Minnesota State, none for Wayne State here at this point in the game. 23 minutes to go here in the opening half. Ball's cleared by the Wildcats. Mosier. Now Kovacs. Mosier, a junior from Centerville, Minnesota. Went to Centennial High School. Kovacs, freshman from Ankeny. Also a Centennial High School product, but that's from Ankeny, Iowa. Sivrud with the ball into the middle. Nice defensive play there by Mosier. Williams now for Minnesota State on the left side. That was Lowry. Over to Mathis. Mathis. Back to Lowry. Lowry with the ball on the left side. Being marked by Chloe Schlinnis. Ball goes out of play, and Winona State will take over. The goalkeeper will inbound the ball. Sydney Truman hands it off. Back to the middle of the field, and it's Mosier. Mosier finds Williams near the Maverick logo. Over to Thane. Thane over to Mosier. Mosier in the middle. Looking for Descends. Descends, by the way. Moving up a couple of statistical scoring charts as well. Ranking 9th now in career assists, putting her ahead of Jenny Herder. 9th all time for Bryn Descends. There's Mathis. There's a heel flick to the middle of the field. Taken over by a Wayne State Wildcats. looking for their first win on the season. 0-2-1 overall. Obviously, their first conference game as well. This is the first weekend for conference play for the NSIC. University of Mary 3-0 on the season overall. Minnesota State, Northern State, Winona State, all 2-1, all in non-conference games. That will change today. Vetter on the right side. Scored her second goal of the year here about 10 minutes ago. There's Mathis. Gives it a boot, goes over the crossbar, out of play. So Wayne State now. That's Truman. Sidney Truman, the junior from Ankeny. So far, the goaltenders for Wayne State, besides Truman, Hayden Wallace also plays. Truman was 2 starts out of the 3 on the season. They've combined for an .846 save percentage. 1.33 goals against average. There's a shot. First save of the game for Minnesota State. Mackenzie Rath, the Minnesota State goaltender, picked up her 13th career shutout coming against Grand Valley last weekend. 13th career shutout, ranks 5th all time at MSU. Seventh all time in wins, 10th all time in saves. Inbounding the ball for the Wildcats right now is Schnazy. Schnazy, a sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska. Played her high school soccer at Pius Catholic High School. Pius the 10th. Pius X. 18:23 to go here, the opening period. Controlling the ball for Minnesota State into the middle, looking for Vetter. She looked like she got pulled a little bit, but that was Nadia Lowry. Nice offensive opportunity for Minnesota State. Mavericks out shooting Wayne State 7-1 here. Halfway through the first half. 3-0 Minnesota State leading. Ball has spent most of its time in the Wayne State defensive zone. Schnazy with the ball right now for Wayne State, as here's an offensive opportunity. She's going to hand it off for someone else to throw in. It's going to be Paige Pemberton throwing it in. Annika Sivrud with the ball for a short period of time as it goes out of play, and Pemberton will throw it in again. Sivrud for Wayne State boots it towards the middle of the field. It's Coley Schlins, throws it back down near the corner. Coming up now with the ball for Minnesota State's Lowry. She loses it to Rian Das into the middle of the field. This is the most extended period of time that Wayne State has had the ball in the offensive zone. Mavericks take over right now. That's going to be, is that number 0, Reagan Ott? Reagan Ott, I think, is playing goal. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. It is Mackenzie Rath. I was looking at the wrong roster. I apologize. So Rath with the ball there for a second. Sivrud in the middle. Thought about trying a shot on goal. Got it over to Reagan Allen. She had a shot on goal. Second shot on goal. Gobbled up by Mackenzie Rath. Rath, the senior from Pierre, South Dakota. Gives it a boot out to midfield. Here's Mathis. Mathis looking for a friendly face, Vetter. She threw it into an open space to try to find Vetter. Vetter unable to get there before Sydney Truman, the goalkeeper for Wayne State, put her foot on it. Here's Mathis. Mathis controlling the ball, being marked by two Wildcats, takes a shot, but it gets blocked. Mathis, very impressive here in the first half for Minnesota State. Mavericks have 3 goals. Mathis with a hand, or a foot rather, I guess, in all 3, with a goal and 2 assists. Allie Williams, Jenny Vetter, and Mally Mathis, the goal scorers for Minnesota State here in the opening 45 minutes of action. Mathis to the middle of the field. A header by Schlins. Knotts away. There's a shot and a goal. Minnesota State now takes a 4-0 lead. Dominant first period for Minnesota State. The Mavericks leading 4-0. I think that was Bryn Descends with the goal. If it was Descends, it would be her second goal of the year. There's another save by Rath. Pretty sure that was. So a 4-0 lead now for the Mavericks. Descends so far on the season, 2 goals and an assist. This is game number 4 for Minnesota State. There's Vetter on the right side, maintaining control. She can handle the ball with either her right foot or her left foot with equal dexterity. She likes to shoot with her left foot, but adept with her right foot as well. They have her on the right side typically, but you'll see her leak over to the left side occasionally. She's done that once so far here in the first half. Dangerous from almost any part of the field, I think. There's Williams bringing the ball across the midline into Wayne State territory before the Wildcats get a hold of it. That's Sivrud. Sivrud, Rock Springs, Wyoming native. A junior, 5'10", good size, nice athleticism. Nine to 2 in terms of shots on goal. The Mavericks with 3 corner kicks. I've never lost to Wayne State. This is the 17th meeting between the 2 schools. Here's Vetter. I just saw last night a kid from Mankato East where Jenny Vetter matriculated and was the all-time leading goal scorer for Mankato East High School. Senior at Mankato East, just all of a sudden became the all-time leading goal scorer at Mankato East, surpassing Jenny Vetter. That's quite an accomplishment. Nothing lead here for Minnesota State in the first half. I'm sure you're curious, where does Jenny Vetter rank? If I was you, I'd be curious. Where does Jenny rank on Minnesota State's all-time goal scoring list? We know that she is now Minnesota State's all-time leader in terms of game-winning goals, but Jenny Vetter scored her 46th career goal here in the first half. She ranks 4th all time in goal scoring here with the Mavericks. Amber Dusowski, 93 career goals. That might be out of reach for Jenny Vetter. She would have to find another couple of years of eligibility, I think, in order to be able to reach Amber Dusowski's 93 goals. Corey Cronfors, 58. Danny Klinsing, 49. I think there's a good chance that Jenny could end up number 2 or number 3 all time at Minnesota State by the end of the season if she stays healthy. Scores at her usual pace. There's Rath with the ball, throwing it over to the right side. I believe that's Mosier. Our broadcast position is a long ways away, and apologize if we don't get the numbers right. All the time. 10:29, we reach about 10 minutes left here in the opening half. 4-0 Minnesota State in its home opener, facing an NSIC foe, Wayne State. Game number 4 for Minnesota State. The Mavericks, as I mentioned, 2-0-1 on the season. Big win last weekend at Grand Valley State. A 2-1 win over the number 1 ranked team in the country. Ball gets thrown into an area for Minnesota State. Here comes the Mavericks. Threatening now offensively. Shot just goes over the crossbar, taken by Nadia Lowry, a senior from Rochester, just missing to connect on that opportunity. Good job by the Mavericks there to create that offensive opportunity. Line changes going on for both teams now. Early in the season, both teams still trying to find their fitness. So we expect to see probably lots of different players for both teams playing today. Allie Williams, Jenny Vetter with the first 2 goals. Mally Mathis and Bryn Descends with the next 2. So Minnesota State owning a 4-0 lead here in the home opener, in the NSIC opener, facing off against Wayne State. I'm not sure if we're going to get any more rain. There was, I think, about an hour of rain predicted. We got it sprinkled for a little bit. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's actually fairly nice soccer weather here. Temperature in the mid-60s, I think, right now. It is September after all in Minnesota, so it's usually around this time of year where things like to turn a little bit. The leaves still green here at the pitch, a beautiful setting for women's college soccer. Anna Van Weingarten, nice offensive move for the Mavericks. One of the youngsters there from Minnesota, he's a freshman from West Des Moines, getting some playing time here early in the season for Minnesota State. Brian Ball and his staff. By the way, we do have a new assistant coach with Ben Jones, longtime assistant coach with Brian Ball, choosing to step aside, and Aaron Tilson, who had been with the program previously as a volunteer assistant coach, now full-time with the Mavericks. So we welcome Aaron Tilson to the coaching staff at Minnesota State. Elizabeth Vetter, of course, Jenny Vetter's older sister, and Dakota Wendell still coaching for Brian Ball as volunteers. Andrew LePage, a goalkeeper coach, working with the Mavericks again this fall. Seven minutes to go here in the first half. Minnesota State leading Wayne State 4-0, 10-2 shots on goal. Another few changes for the Mavericks. Is Maverick coaching staff doing a good job of getting some youngsters in for some playing time here early in this contest against Wayne State. So Caitlin Brown, Kennedy Mackey, and Mia DePrenger all checking in for the Mavericks here in this match against the Wildcats. Their first action of the game. It was Tia Martin on the left side trying to combine with Van Weingard to keep the ball, and throwing the ball in now for Minnesota State is Maria Zanotti. So these are all youngsters. A lot of these youngsters' names I just mentioned, all freshmen. Brian Ball with well over 30 kids listed on this roster, doing a good job of juggling things here in roster management in this game against Wayne State, giving some youngsters some playing time. Mavericks threatening right now. Truman gobbles it up. Prevent that scoring opportunity. 4:48 to go here as we reach the latter stages of the opening half. Mavericks with a throw in on the far side. Ball comes through the middle. Can't get cleared by Wayne State initially, but then eventually they put a foot on it, but the Mavericks able to keep it in, bottling the Wildcats up here and trying to find a way to create another scoring opportunity, maybe get a fifth goal before the first half comes to a close. I thought it was too. Shot on goal there, taken by Minnesota State. The 11th of the half. Nice to see the Mavericks continue with their offensive pressure. With all these new faces, and they'll have a chance for them to establish some stuff. I always talk about in sports as you move up levels, how do you find a way to gain playing time? Well, one of the things you can do is be productive when opportunity is presented to you. That's the nature of sport, right? And Minnesota State right now continuing to do a good job of, in an important conference game. These games are all important, obviously, and Minnesota State trying to maintain their status not only in the NSIC, but also nationally as they move up the national polls. The coaches really don't care all that much about national polls, but you want to win as many games as you can, certainly, and if you can give an opportunity to some kids that don't have a whole lot of exposure, what you're doing is trying to create depth. So these kids gain experience. Maria Zanotti there for Minnesota State. One of those freshmen, she's from Moorhead, Minnesota. So Leah Bennett had the ball briefly there for Wayne State. The ball gets out of Wayne State's territory, but it's at midfield. Abigail Chergosky, junior from San Marcos, California, able to put a foot on it. She goes down on the far side, and Minnesota State will take over possession around midfield. I think we're a long ways away. I'm pretty sure that was Chergosky that got knocked down. Caitlin Brown steps up, but the ball gets past her on the far side. It looks like that might go out of play. It does. And Wayne State will take over with just over a minute to go here in the first half. Minnesota State leading 4-0. These youngsters from Minnesota State doing a good job of. And one of the important things is, of course, defensively, you want to limit your opponent's offensive opportunities when you're in there. Be responsible defensively. There are good scoring chance. Good save there by Sidney Truman, preventing it from becoming a 5-0 Minnesota State lead as MSU trying to take advantage of these opportunities here late in the opening half. Ball makes its way all the way back to Rath. Rath over on the far side. Ball goes out of play, and Wayne State will have an opportunity here on the throw-in with 20 seconds to go in the opening 45 minutes. Out of bounds again, another throw-in by the Wildcats. This looks like Leah Bennett with the ball there. Into the middle. Wayne State looking to get a shot off and just can't do it, and time's going to run out. So that's the end of the opening 45 minutes. Minnesota State puts 12 shots on goal, converts on 4 of them. They lead at the half, 4-0. So Minnesota State, a really dominant first half against these Wildcats from Winona State. Minnesota State leading 4-0 after the first 45 minutes. We're going to take a bit of a break here and then come back with second half action once. Second half about to start here at the pitch. Minnesota State leading 4-0 after the first 45 minutes of action with Wayne State. Mavericks with 15 shots on goal in the first half. Wayne State with 2 goals by Allie Williams, Jenny Vetter, Mally Mathis, Bryn DeSenz. The difference in the game so far. Mavericks back with their starting lineup here to begin the second half. Brian Ball and his staff subbing in generously in the final 10 minutes of that first half, but the Mavericks back to their starters here in the second half. Wayne State looking to generate some offense, trying to pick up their first win over Minnesota State. This is 17th meeting between the two schools. Minnesota State undefeated against Wayne State so far in the series. 3 corner kicks for Minnesota State in that first half. 3 fouls on each team. Should mention that Mally Mathis, the freshman for the Mavericks, or sophomore, I should say, from Brooklyn Park. She went to high school at Champlain Park, had a goal and 2 assists in that first half. There she is with the ball right now in the center of the field, back by the Maverick logo. Throws it back, and Minnesota State regrouping now. It was Morgan Rhodes, the junior from Omaha, booting the ball into the MSU zone. The ball eventually goes out of play, and Mackenzie Rath takes control of it. The senior netminder from Pierre, South Dakota, providing a veteran presence back there for Minnesota State defensively. One of the top goalkeepers in the history of the Maverick program. There's Bryn DeSenz with the ball over on the right side to Natalie Thune. Thane with the ball. Mathis now for Minnesota State, controlling the ball. Deep into Wayne territory. She's going to take a shot toward the left side of the net. Throws it really, I don't think she was necessarily trying to throw that into for a shot on goal. I think she was thinking what teammate was going to maybe fill that area. The ball ended up going out of play, and Wayne State now trying to find a way to get the ball out of their own zone. Good play stepping up there was Ashlyn Watt for the Mavericks. Watt, one of those young players, a sophomore from Adel, Iowa. But Wayne State eventually does get the ball out. But it's going to be, I think, Minnesota State that'll control it in front of the Wayne State bench, I believe. Yeah, right in front of the scorer's table. I don't see Vetter in there right now as the veteran player for Minnesota State, probably subbing here later on the game. She was one of the players who subbed out near the end of the first half. Well, there's Vetter on this side over here on the right. Maverick with back to their starting lineup. Ball gets thrown into an area, and trying to run into it right there is Mally Mathis. Mathis doing a great job trying to keep the ball, and the Mavericks do maintain possession. They'll get a throw in here because of the great work done by the sophomore, Mally Mathis. Mathis with the ball down by the corner. Unable to find a teammate as Wayne State able to get it out of their own territory, and they'll get a throw in now, right in front of their own bench. Wayne State looking for their first win on the season. 0-2-1 for the Wildcats through their first 3 games. Minnesota State 2-0-1. Mavericks with this game today, their home opener. Both Teams playing in their first conference game here with Wayne State and Minnesota State facing off. Mavericks will be home on Sunday as well, with 1 o'clock start against Augustana. That should be a good matchup. Ball just goes over the crossbar, over the net. Augustana on the season, 0-2-1. Oops. Here's Vetter. Vetter, actually it's Wayne State now with a throw in, and doing the honors for the Wildcats is Paige Pemberton. Pemberton, Lee Summit, Missouri freshman. But it's Vetter who comes away with the ball. She tripped up there, and the Mavericks will get control of the ball. That's Mosier. Mosier inserted into the lineup here for the Mavericks, a junior from Centerville, Iowa. Wayne State's going to throw it in front of the Minnesota State bench. Schnazzy, Sidney Schnazzy doing the honors, but it's the Mavericks coming away with the ball. Williams in the middle to descends, looking for Mathis. Sidney Truman picks it up for the Wildcats. Minnesota State coming off a season last year where they captured the NSIC tournament championship. Here's Vetter along the right side. She's going to cut toward the middle, makes a nice strong move toward the middle, and gives it the boot with the right foot over on the left side, and a goal for Minnesota State. Great play by Vetter. Mavericks 17-2-2 this year. Last year, I should say. Make it a 5-0 game. Sixteen shots on goal for Minnesota State, 4 for Wayne. Minnesota State leading 5-0.
Scoring for the Mavericks, number 31, Nadia Lowry. Assist to number 4, Jenny Vetter. And Maverick fans, that's another Maverick goal.
So Lowry with the goal for Minnesota State. Her first of the year, makes it 5-0. Vetter with a goal and an assist for the Mavericks today. Lowry with her first point of the season, coming on a goal. Here's Mathis. Back to Vetter. Vetter with some time. Looking for a teammate. Tries to find open space, intercepted by Pemberton. But Mathis throwing it into space over on the far side. Shot taken and a save. Truman comes up with the save. I think that might have been Lowry with a shot attempt. Nevertheless, 17 shots on goal now for the defending NSIC tournament champs. MSUMavericks.com is the website for Minnesota State Athletics. Of course, there's another event besides women's soccer. Here's Mathis. She's going to get a shot on goal. Fires it just wide. Try to go far side on Truman. Just missed clicking on that one. But besides women's soccer here, of course, the match today. And then on Sunday, the Mavericks hosting Augustana. But Minnesota State in football is at home tomorrow night. 6 p.m. start, kickoff between the Mavericks and Minnesota Duluth. Both teams 1-0 on the season. Minnesota State picking up a nice win at Bemidji State last weekend to start the season. Ooh, there's again Vetter wreaking havoc in the offensive zone, using her right foot to put it towards the middle, but it was Truman able to collect that ball. 5-0 Minnesota State, 35 minutes to go in this match between Wayne State and Winona State. Wayne State, I should say, Wayne State and Minnesota State. Christina Marlowe, a freshman from Murrieta, California, on the back end, booting the ball into the Minnesota State territory. But Mathis controls it up to Descends. Descends now, using her right foot to find Vetter on the right side. Vetter, let's see what she does. Controlling the ball, still with the ball on the right side. Vetter being marked by Marlowe, unable to get to the middle of the field there in the offensive zone. Eventually, the Wildcats kick the ball out of play, and the Mavericks now with a throw-in. It'll be Vetter with the throw-in. Vetter tried to find Mathis, and it went over her head. And it's the Wildcats now with the ball. Morgan Rhodes over the midfield stripe, throwing it on the left side down for Reagan Allen. Allen being marked by Natalie Thane. Ball goes out of play. And it'll be the corner kick for Wayne State, their first of the game. A host of Wayne State players coming onto the field. It looked at first like Peyton Halliburton was going to take the corner kick, but instead, I think it's Leah Bennett. So Bennett with the corner kick for Wayne State. Low driving shots intercepted by Vetter. Vetter kicks it out of harm's way, but booted right back by Christina Marlowe. Saved by Mackenzie Rath. That was a shot on goal, sure was. First corner kick of Wayne State ends up in a shot on goal. So 18-5 in terms of shots on goal, favoring Minnesota State. So far this year, Minnesota State came in today. We talked about the Mavericks being 2-0-1. This is the highest scoring game so far of the year for the Mavericks. The Mavericks beat Missouri Southern 3-0 to open the season back on August 26th, and then lost somewhat unexpectedly to Central Oklahoma 1-0. Nice bounce back win for Minnesota State, defeating a really tough opponent at Grand Valley State last weekend, 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. Jenny Vetter with the game-winning goal. Here's a corner kick number 2, and again, Bennett, this time on the far side. She'll try it from the other side of the pitch. Vetter again gets in front of it. Ball kicked out of harm's way, very similar to what happened on that first corner kick with a shot on goal taken from the back end by Christina Marlowe. That was going to go wide. That time it was a left-footed kick by Marlowe, and Rath able to get a hold of it. So the Mavericks home this weekend with these two matches, Wayne State today and Augustana on Sunday, and then a couple of road matches, a grudge match against Bemidji State, September 16th, up in Bemidji. Of course, Bemidji State had a great year last year, capturing the regular season title. First one in Beaver history. That's next weekend. And then another road match against Minnesota Crookston after that one. So we get through those games, and Mavericks will be a quarter of the way through their regular season schedule. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in here for the Wildcats. Should be another throw-in there for, I think, Wayne State, as the ball went out of play, and I'm pretty sure that went off a Minnesota State player. The Mavericks taking the opportunity now to make some changes. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe it's going to be a throw-in for the Mavericks. It is. Doing the honors is Abby Reef, the junior from Omaha, Nebraska. The Mavericks made several changes on the play. Again, now 29 minutes to go and owning a 5-0 lead. Brian Ball and his staff taking the opportunity to give some youngsters some playing time. There's a foul on the play, and Bryn Descends will do the honors for the Mavericks deep in Wayne State territory on the right side here of the pitch. Could be a good offensive chance for the Mavericks. Towards the goal, headed away by Wayne State, and then punched out by Truman, eventually kicked out of harm's way and all the way back to the back line, booting the ball back toward the net there was Libby Spangler. Spangler, a senior from Littleton, Colorado. Mavericks regrouping, finding a way to put the ball back into the offensive zone. It's going to go out of play, and Truman will kick the ball up for the Wildcats. 18-5, the current shots on goal total favoring Minnesota State. 5-0 to score, Minnesota State leading. Goals by Allie Williams, Jenny Vetter, Melly Mathis, and Bryn Descends in the first half, and then Nadia Lowry, a senior from Rochester, making it a 5-0 game for Minnesota State. 5 shots on goal for Wayne State, and I would characterize maybe 1 or 2 of those shots as somewhat dangerous. Mackenzie Rath picked up a shutout last weekend, named NSIC Goalkeeper of the Week after that 1-0 win at Grand Valley State last weekend. So far, 5 for 5 in terms of saves in today's match. Maverick volleyball team in action this weekend as well, on the road for a couple of matches. Shot taken by Leah Bennett goes out of play. Over the net, so Minnesota State now with possession of the ball. It's going to be Mackenzie Rath, a senior from Pierre, South Dakota, handing it off. Reef. Caitlin Brown. Brown looking on the right side for Allie Hartig. Goes off a Wayne State player on a play. So it's going to be Reef up there with the throw-in down to Brown. Nice play by Kira Laney to throw the ball back. And Mavericks in the middle of the field, that was Laney. Ball's on the far side now. Shot on goal, turned aside by Sidney Truman. That was a good offensive chance for Minnesota State, and Sidney Truman with a really nice save to keep from this becoming a 6-0 game. Abby Reef back to Spangler in the middle to Kovacs. Wayne State finds a way to gain control of it, but the ball is booted out of play on the far side by Spangler. Middle of the field, that's Kira Laney now for the Mavericks. On the far side, Mavericks threatening it offensively, but the ball goes out of play. I think it's going to be a Wayne State possession now. .24 minutes to go here in the second half. Minnesota State leading in this NSIC contest between the Mavericks and Wayne State. 5-0 the score. Minn State Athletics, if you follow us on Twitter, that's MINNST Athletics. Minn State Soccer, MINNST SOCCER. If you follow us, our soccer program on Twitter, MSUMavericks.com is the website. Spangler tried to throw it over to her defensive partner that time, but it goes off a leg. Eventually, the ball finds its way up to Ali Hartig. Hartig, back to Brown. It's Kovacs. Kovacs in the middle. Back to Brown, did a good job of moving into the center of the field to make herself available for that pass from Kovacs. Kovacs with the ball here. Eventually it's going to come back over to Reef. Reef loses it as Sivrud stepped up for Wayne State. Mavericks will have a throw in here. I think it's Reef right now for Minnesota State. Looking for Addison Clary on the play. Eventually, in the middle of the field, Korshing's also in there, a new player from Minnesota State. Wayne State now with probably their most extended offensive zone time of the second half. Oh. I think that was Louisa Schromoff, the sophomore from Lakeville, with a nice run through the middle of the field. Ball eventually made its way all the way back to the Wayne State goalkeeper. Ooh, there's a handball. There was Laney who touched it with her forearm. Wayne State now takes over possession-wise. Paige Pemberton. Back to Marlowe. Here's Marlowe who will start the action. Left-handed boot. Middle of the field, briefly, that was Maya Vax, I think, number 25. Middle of the field for Minnesota State, that's Addison Clary. Clary Ooh, offside on the play. Nice play by the couple of youngsters there. Louisa Schromoff, just a little bit offside. Play was whistled dead. Eden Gibson with the ball on the right side. Finds Reef looking for Ali Hartig, just fails to click with Hartig, and the ball makes its way all the way back to the goalkeeper for Wayne State. She hands it off. Mavericks on the right side here, trying to look to gain possession. It's Gibson. Gibson off a Wayne State defender, and throwing the ball in for the Mavericks is going to be Reef. No, kicks it off. It went off Minnesota State player, so I thought it was Minnesota State's ball, but I stand corrected. Wayne State's going to throw it in. The Wildcats send in 3 or 4 new players. Pemberton looking for Leah Bennett. Can't find her. Ball's going to go out up here. Ooh. Throwing the ball in now is Wayne State. Ball goes to the middle of the field. I don't think it's a shot on goal, but Rath gains possession of it. Looked like it might have been going wide, but she got a hold of it right before it did go out of play. Reef. Over to Laney. Laney with the ball, across the mid-stripe, into the middle of the field where she finds Corshing. Corshing cannot get it to a teammate, and Wayne State comes back the other way, but eventually it's the Mavericks who come with it. Approaching mid-stripe now, into Wayne State territory. Minnesota State with 4 goals in the first half. They outshot Wayne State 15-2 in that first half. Got goals from 4 different players and building that 4-0 lead. And then Lowry scoring for Minnesota State, making it 5-0. And that's where we stand with 17 minutes to go here in the second half. Corner kick coming up for Minnesota State. That'll be the 5th one of the game. Ooh. Couple of shots taken by the Mavericks. That one goes just over the crossbar out of play. So it'll be Wayne State now. It was Aaron Peters, a sophomore from North Mankato, Mankato West product, seeing action now for Wayne State. Inbounds, it's Pemberton. Ball gets booted up into the Wayne State territory by Eden Gibson. Gibson, the freshman from Ankeny, Iowa. Good play by Harding to get the ball before it went out of bounds and create some offensive opportunities there for the Mavericks. Goes out of play. I think it could be a corner kick for Minnesota State. Harding generating some offense and forcing Wayne State to boot it out of play, and another corner kick coming up for the Mavericks. Just misses on the header there. The Mavericks with possession deep in Wayne State territory. Scores! Minnesota State! Makes no mistake on that chance. 6-0 now in favor of the Mavericks. Mavericks score 4 times in the first half and now have 2 more, tacking on another one. 15 minutes to go here, make it 6-0. 21-7 in terms of shots on goal. Plenty of chances for Minnesota State. Not sure who capped that one off. It was a shot just to the left of the box. Find out here who scored it, officially from the public address announcer.
Scoring for the Mavericks, number 7, Louisa Schroма. Assist to number 11, Lucy Weniger. And Maverick fans, that's another Maverick goal. Get on your feet for a free pass.
So maybe you heard that. It was Schroboff with the goal for Minnesota State. Sophomore from Lakeville getting the goal. And Lucy Wettinger, the junior from Ames, Iowa, drawing the assist. So 6-0. Schromoff. Her first goal of the season. Makes it 6-0. $14 minutes to go. 21-7, the shots on goal, favoring Minnesota State. Mavericks trying to find an opening on the right side. Still maintaining possession. Ball's booted out of play there by Wayne State's Haley Hoffman. So Minnesota State continuing to pressure. It's going to be a throw in on the far side. Skylar Stuckrath throws it into MSU territory, but back there to retrieve it for the Mavericks was Gibson. Gibson in the middle finds Laney. It was Jay Jackson, a freshman from Davenport, Iowa, booting the ball all the way down on far territory. It looks like it might have gone off of a Wayne State player, and Minnesota State will inbound the ball now. Just over 12 minutes to go. The score 6-0 here at the pitch. Mankato, Minnesota, on the campus of Minnesota State University. NSIC matchup between Wayne State and Minnesota State. The Mavericks from Minnesota State leading 6-0. Mavericks outshot Wayne State 15-2 in the first half. Shots are now 21-7. So Wayne State has done a little better a job of finding ways to put the ball on net. But the Mavericks scoring twice here have extended its lead from 4-0 to 6-0. Goals from Lowry and Schramoff have extended Minnesota State's lead. Taking a look at Wayne State's roster, it's good to see some Mankato representation with Erin Peters. She's played a little bit today in this game for the Wildcats. In her second season in Wayne. Wayne, Nebraska, home of the Wildcats. A couple of substitutions now coming into play. Wayne State with the throw in. Mavericks gaining possession off a turnover. But Wayne State comes right back. Middle of the field now, that for Wildcats, that was Kalen Reeves, a sophomore from Omaha, battling for the ball right now. It's Mia DePrenger for the Mavericks doing a good job of marking Skylar Stuckrath. Goes off a Wayne State player out of play, and it's going to be Mackenzie Rath starting things here deep in MSU territory, trying to direct her teammates where she wants to put the ball. Wind's blowing a little bit here from, I guess, your television screen, your video screen from the right to the left. So Rath trying to kick that ball into the wind. Didn't really get it that far down the field. Stuckrath for Wayne State. Stuckrath, I'm sorry, throwing it in. There was Reagan Allen with the ball. Shot on goal, gobbled up there by Rath. A little better loft on the ball this time. It gets a little further down to the field. Rian Days was camping underneath that kick, and she got bumped, so benefit of the foul, and Wayne State now with movement into the offensive zone. There's Stuckrath. Stuckrath down the left side, bodied by DePrenger. No whistle on the play. Stuckrath maintaining possession into the front of the box. Wayne State with a couple of kicks at it, but eventually it's the Mavericks who come away with the ball. It's going to be Wayne State ball after that contact play. Truman boots it all the way down into MSU territory. It's Allison Ritz getting the ball back to DePrenger. DePrenger all the way back to Chergosky. On the far side now, the Mavericks into Wayne State territory with possession. Looked like a handball to me. Ball goes out of play. Minnesota State now with possession on the throw in deep in, or I should say corner kick deep in Wayne State territory. This is corner kick number 6. Corner kick does not find its way to the front of the net. It goes out of play instead, and Wayne State will take over possession. Shot on goal taken by Reagan Allen. Gets grabbed by Rath. Ninth shot on goal. That was actually a pretty good opportunity for Wayne State. It was pretty far out, and Rath able to see it all the way. Had plenty of time to react to it. Reagan Allen again with the ball briefly before handing off to Sorensen. Here come the Mavericks now off that turnover. It's going to go out of play, and Wayne State will get the ball back. Throwing the ball in now is Stukrath. Oh, she hands it off. Schnazzi. Looking for Das, but it's intercepted by Wenninger. Eventually, yep. Back to DePrenger. In the middle. Jackson had it briefly there for Minnesota State. That's Epp. Making a move to the middle of the field before it gets taken away from her, marked by a couple of Wildcats, and eventually Reagan Allen up through midfield. Allen's a freshman from Topeka. Over on the left side to Reeves. Reeves with an attempt that goes just wide. A couple of good chances for Wayne State here as we get to the 4-minute mark. .4:17 to go here in the second half. 6-0 Minnesota State. The Mavericks threatening again. These youngsters for Minnesota State doing a good job of making the most of their opportunity. Ball leaks back toward the net, where it's gobbled up by the goalkeeper from Wayne State. Minnesota State threatening again. Eventually, Aaron Peters able to get possession and boot it away, but the Mavericks get it right back, and a shot on goal taken from far out. Grabbed by Truman. 3:11 to go. Ball headed by Stukrath, goes into Minnesota State territory. Good job by Wenninger. Throws it back to Chergosky, all the way back now to Mackenzie Rath on the left side. She can't get it out. Shot taken there. Goes just over the net. Wayne State with another chance, just failing to click on that one. Play comes to a halt as it went out of play, and here's, with less than 5 minutes, 2:29 to go on the clock now. Rath starts things for the Mavericks as they make their way, Minnesota State making their way out of their own zone. That pass extends a little far out of the reach of the Minnesota State offensive opportunity. It's Epp with the ball briefly. She loses it. Strubman with the ball for Wayne State, looking for a friendly face near midfield. Eventually, the Wildcats able to get it out. No foul on that play. Looks like there could have been one. Referees deciding to let it go, and here comes Stukrath. Stukrath on the left side. Dribbling the ball. Over in the middle, back to Stukrath again. Stukrath marked closely. Stukrath now looking for a friendly face, can't find it, so Minnesota State leading 6-0 with less than a minute to go. Shot taken. Oh, good save by Rath. Able to preserve the scoreless opportunity. 12th shot on goal. That was the best save of the game there by Mackenzie Rath. 6-0, 40 seconds to go. Minnesota State owning a 22-12 edge in terms of shots on goal, but Wayne State's had some opportunities. We saw one right there as Rath able to make a save on a really difficult chance. On the right side now as Minnesota State continuing to press, even though less than a minute to go in the contest. So the ball goes out of play. So we get to the end of regulation, and Minnesota State picks up the shutout 6-0 in this NSIC home opener against Wayne State. 22-12 shots on goal. Goals for Minnesota State coming from Williams, Vetter, Mathis, Descends, Lowry, and Shramoff. Mavericks home again next on Sunday, taking on Augustana. 1 o'clock will be the start right here at the pitch. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. NSIC games here. Maverick Broadcasting Network. Take it easy, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks.